This is the 2018 Honda HRV. It's a subcompact crossover that's based on the Honda Fit platform. It was designed to appeal to those who are looking for the benefits of a crossover, such as high ground clearance and good visibility, but with the fuel economy of a smaller car. HRV, according to Honda's website, stands for High Rider Revolutionary Vehicle. Whether it is revolutionary may be a debatable topic, but I'll show you around the car and maybe you can decide for yourself. This segment of the market is very style driven, and you can tell when looking at the HRV that it's designed to appeal to a younger demographic. It has a sporty looking outline. It has a coupe-like roof that slopes down towards the back. It has bulging fender flares at the front and at the back. It has this sculpted line that slopes up towards the back of the car and meets the roof line where the rear door opener is. Speaking of the rear door opener, unless you already know where it is, you'll probably spend a few seconds looking for it because it is oddly mounted on the C-pillar. At the front is Honda's new signature grille, which I'm not really a fan of. It is a huge slab of chrome. Any more chrome than this in front of the car and you'd be blinding oncoming cars with their own headlights. The front end looks very similar to the Civic. It has LED headlamps. Fog lamps come as standard. It has a pretty handsome looking chin to complete the sporty look. It also comes standard with the 17-inch wheels. Overall, the exterior design does not disappoint, but it does pale in comparison to the Kona's more aggressive looking design. The HRV is powered by a 1.8-liter petrol engine, which produces 120 horsepower. It is not a lot of horsepower, especially for a crossover, but the HRV was designed with fuel efficiency in mind. It does 28 miles per gallon city and 32 miles per gallon highway. It is mated to a CVT transmission. The HRV is offered locally in two variants. There's the 1.8E CVT, which retails for 1.29 million pesos. And then there's the 1.8 RS, which sells for 1.49 million pesos. This is the 1.8E CVT. It is the entry-level variant. At this price range, it competes with other compact crossovers like the Hyundai Kona and the Nissan Juke, among others. Okay, so this is the interior of the HRV. At first glance, the HRV's interior looks quite stylish and maybe even futuristic. It looks very similar to the rest of Honda's lineup. Over here is an infotainment display. And then this is for the climate controls. The climate control is entirely operated using this touchscreen. There are no buttons, no knobs. There is nothing tactile that you can reach for. It may seem like a novel idea at first until you realize that you have to look at it to operate it. And to do that, you'll have to take your eyes off the road. I prefer having buttons and knobs that you can actually touch and feel. Another unique feature of the HRV's interior design are its passenger side air curtain vents. It is asymmetrical. On the driver's side, the air curtain vents are normal. On the passenger side, you have 4 air curtain vents arranged in a single line. It has a pretty tall center tunnel. I do have my personal reasons why I prefer not having a tall center tunnel. It kind of limits my personal interactions with my passenger, if you know what I'm saying. But it does give the interior a sportier look. You have a push start button over here. The steering wheel, it looks like it's covered in leather, but it's actually polycarbonate material. It's pretty hard. And then the sidings are covered in leather, and it's also padded. The entire door siding is covered in leather, not just the insert. Over here, the armrest is covered in padded leather. Of course, all power amenities, power windows, and power side mirrors. The side mirrors can be retracted using this button. It has paddle shifters. Okay, so I'm sitting at the third row seat. I do have plenty of legroom. The front seat is adjusted to my height. Headroom is decent. I'm about 5'8". If I were over 6 feet tall, I might have problems here. The sidings, the armrest on the sidings are covered in leather. Also, it's padded. This is not plastic, surprisingly. It is covered in fabric, which is also padded. It's not bare plastic. The door opener is made out of metal. The roof of the car slopes down towards the back. Over here is a cup holder. Interior space is very good on the HRV. If you have the rear seats folded down, you have a ridiculous amount of space for a tiny crossover. The HRV is only a 5-seater, and there is no diesel option, at least locally. At 1.29 million pesos, if you just add 200,000 pesos more, you can have a base model 7-seater diesel Terra, which is a more practical and more fuel-efficient SUV. But not everyone wants a mid-size SUV. To those who need a smaller SUV, to those who only need 5 seats, the HRV is not a bad choice. It's a looker, it's practical, and for a petrol SUV, it is relatively fuel efficient.